All right, like this. Winston Churchill came up with this as victory. World War II, victory. We cautioned our troops if they were riding on a tank or entering, don't do this when they were in some of the Balkan countries. Because the Serbs who were at war with one of the other groups, the other group used this as a normal hello, greeting. And if you just flashed it, you could be considered to be one of that other group and be shot inadvertently because, that's kind of how you tell people from that other warring country. So this meant victory. We said it also means hello and sometimes to keep your hands at your side. This, however, is something that means something totally different. It's kind of an obscene gesture. Margaret Thatcher, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, was re-elected, and as she came out of the voting booth, it was widely known that she was a shoo-in to be re-elected again as the first female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, and she spread the curtain and she gave the victory sign. Snap. And I promise you, you might not find Tiananmen Square in China, but you will find that picture in every archive in the United Kingdom. It made every newspaper. It made BBC One, BBC Two, and the two other channels that there were. Carried it about Margaret Thatcher giving this obscene gesture as she left the voting booth. It was a mistake. Did they harp on? Did they really just? Yeah. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about social faux pas. Why do we talk about culture? Because you can inadvertently offend somebody. And you may be working with somebody and you may be building that relationship. And you do something that's the faux pas. It may be a fatal faux pas. How do you know if it's a fatal faux pas? Well, they get up and leave the room and never come back. But the other thing that's more likely is you won't know that you've done it. What I was doing with Gerald was something that might make you feel uncomfortable. And typically, you're at the cocktail party, you're at the soup bowl, getting a little drink of punch, and somebody comes up and they misuse your name. They call you Bonnie.
I get that.
Yeah. And you very nicely say, no, it's just as Gerald did with me. To say, no, it's Gerald. So now you're over getting an hors d'oeuvre, and they come over and say, Bonnie, how are those? Is it likely that she will correct me again?
No.
Probably not. Probably what she'll do is quietly fade into the background. Gerald was a tremendously good sport. He corrected me twice and continued to reach out and try to correct me and to keep me from embarrassing myself by misusing his name, which is written down clearly in front of him. But that won't always happen. What is more likely is you'll sense something, like Victor stepping back from me. You'll get that red flag. And the red flag can be that all of a sudden they're not talking anymore. They're looking down, they're embarrassed. And you realize, oops, something's gone awry. What do? You pull out your phone, you call 239, Harry, what's your phone name? And you say, I'm dealing with somebody from Azerbaijan. What should I be doing right and wrong? If it's a clash in the way Americans do business and the way non-Americans do business, then you say, I'm sorry. You take kind of the blame, right? Even though it's a clash, it could be a mutual thing. Take the blame the first time. Don't unnecessarily take the blame all the time. Don't be so humble that you give up your respect and your face. Because being too humble